since before the to do services.
What? There's a way of unlocking this door. Now we have to keep getting up.
Why don't we just leave it open?
I don't think there's a way to.
You'd have to prop it.
We have
Why don't we just prop it open?
Yeah.
or something to hold it to
A prayer
Do it with a prayer book. I would do it with a congregant.
But you know, there may be. Is there something here we could use?
The wine's pretty bad tasting. You can use it.
Yeah, but they may break
How are you?
I don't know. I just got back from Denver
Did you
today,
really?
so I'm like, I feel like I have stones in my hand.
Oh my gosh. Well, the piano was tuned yesterday because it hadn't been tuned since 2019.
Yeah, I said
As soon as I got the message, like we're gonna be here, it's like.
I didn't even get the message.
Oh, you didn't get?
It would have been nice.
Yeah. Oh wow. So, are you doing anything? Are you doing some room?
Yeah,
and-
all the
okay.
and,
And what are you ending with?
Hallelujah, and you know what? Let's just do a donor room. I'm just not.
Sure.
It's like the list.
Sure.
You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
mother-in-law died Saturday, so it's just been a week.
that's
you know?
right. Oh, my
It's just-
gosh, yeah.
That's why I was in Denver. It's like
That's right.
so. It's been a week.
Okay.
I got up at 3 in the morning to get a 6 a.m. flight out of Denver, so I'm like,
So you're saving my seat for me? No, so you're not going to be up there?
So you're gonna be.
I did that last year.
I heard it's 17. I told you 17 people called me after Shabbos. Please wrap my work out. Come back fast.
Well, good, see?
So,
17 people don't know your goddamn phone number. Come on.
swearing on Shabbos isn't allowed, right?
I said the word rabbi.
I don't even know if I can. I haven't sung in a week.
Last name is pronounced Spanier.
Yeah,
Spanier.
yeah. In German, it means one who comes from Spain.
And I am Bayer. Bayarski,
Bayern.
one who comes from Bavaria.
Yeah. Well, Bayern is.
Yeah.
This is the Washington stuff. Some of this stuff. This guy's family was the holiday. The most interesting thing is the papers that show in the town that his father's family came from Spain in the 1700s to Germany, which means that they lived as conversos.
That's right.
Very interesting. It's smaller and it's dark. I find it dark. Don't you find it dark over here? But it's better than, in the summer when the sun is like in your eyes coming through.
Oh, was it something? It's been a long time.
Since
It must
before
have
COVID.
been early 2020. Was this on the shit stick? I don't know.
It seems big.
Well, the only thing is, I remember having it on the short stick, but then.
Yeah, we
Dan
used
was
to
here.
use the shorts.
Right? So it's like, you'll have to tell us if it's too loud because you're right there. Yeah? Okay.
It's a bad.
Okay.
The short stick, the
Oh,
short
yeah, of course,
So what's new? Anything exciting?
Oh, no, not sure how you doing.
Anything good? Anything good?
Last week.
It's all good.
My son's last week in UTSA, so I guess that's good.
Last week or last week for this?
This coming week for the semester, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you just scared me. So just for this semester, so he's 1/8 of your life?
Yes.
Is Mickey coming?
No.
No?
Well, it's just because of the smaller chapel, things are not as in the main sanctuary.
Can we tend to, if we go every week, I can walk in.
That's right. You don't know their names, but it's like the people that you sit in the back.
It's page 18 instead of page 16.
And I believe that is true.
If you decide.
We begin with a neighbor.
Yes. Hallelujah, be kacho. Hallelujah, be kiozo. Hallelujah, be gruotav. Hallelujah, cut off good law. Hallelujah, beteka shofar. Hallelujah, brezeve bechina. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, betofu machol. Hallelujah, beminim veukav. Hallelujah, betzitzalei shama. Hallelujah, betzitzalei trua. Kon shema tehallelujah. Hallelujah.
As we welcome the Shabbat, welcome everyone here in our chapel, and we welcome everyone who is streaming at home. Shabbat Shalom. We begin formal service on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Ayah. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamalachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Ayah. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bahuni L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Ayah. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Ayah. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Invite everyone who would like to come up and share the candle lighting with us. On page 4. Page 11.
Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai. Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai. Naria, naria, letsui, shenu nikad mafana bitoda. Naria, naria, letsui, shenu, bizvirot, naria la. Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai. Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai. Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai. Lechuniranina, 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 Ladonai.
Page 18.
Zamru Ladonai Bechino, Bechino V'kol Zimra, B'chatzotrot, B'kol Shofar. Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Zamru Ladonai Bechino, Bechino v'kol zimra, b'chatzotrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Yiram hayam umelo, tevel ve'yoshveva. Neharot imacharuchash, Yakad harim yiranenu. Yiram hayam umelo, tevel ve'yoshveva. Neharot imacharuchash, Yakad harim yiranenu. Lifnei Adonai kiva, lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel betzedek, ve'amim b'mesharim. Yiram hayam umelo, tevel ve'yoshveva. Neharot imacharuchash, Yakad harim yiranenu.
Page 20.
Romemu Avuladonai b'nelim, Avuladonai, Kavod v'aoz, Avuladonai, Vod Shemo Yiftach, Avuladonai, Adrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai, Ahamayim, Mel HaKavod, Hiri, Adonai, Almayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Bakoach Hayai, Kol Adonai, Be'ata, Kol Adonai, Shover Arasim, Vashaber Adonai, Et Hazeh Havada, Hayai Kidem Kmoegen, Lebanon, Syria, Kimo Ben Remi, Mayai, Kol Adonai, Kotzei La'avodesh, Kol Adonai, Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai, Midbar Tani, Kol Adonai, Cholel Hayalot, Vayechesov, Ye'aron, Uvechalo, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai, Lama Buyasha, Yeshev Adonai, Melech La'olam, Adonai Oz, Le'amoyitin, Adonai Yivarach, and Amo V'Shalom.
L'chadodim, page 23.
So we'll do the first two verses on 23, the middle verse on 24, and the last verse on 25. Lichadodi, Lichad Kala, Pinei Shabbat, Nikabela, Shamor v'Zachor, B'dibur echad, Ishmianu, El HaMeyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shem ultiferet, V'hen litila, Lichadodi, Lichad Kala, Pinei Shabbat, Nikabela, Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor, Haberacha, Merosh mikedem, Nehesucha, Sof ma'aseh, B'machshava tchila, Le'adodi, Likrat Kala, Pinei Shabbat, Nikabela, Hitorari, Kiva Orech, Kumi Ori, Uri, Shir Daberi, Kivod Adonai, Alaik Nikla, Lecha HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulishamer l'simcha elyon Ulishamer l'simcha elyon Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Lahagid baboker chastecha ve'emunotcha balelot alei asaf ve'alei navel alei hikayon ve'chinon Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ki simartani Adonai b'fo'alecha b'ma'aseh yadecha aranin ma'gadlu ma'asecha Adonai me'od amku machshivotacha Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon
Page 28.
Tzadikata yivra ke'erez bavanon yizke shetulim beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu O Genevun B'Sefa Deshenim Merananim Yiyu Ki Ashar Adonai Haitzuri Belo Avlata Bo Erotecha ne'emunu me'od liverka Na'ahava kodesh Adonai la'orech yamim.
Will all those who wish please rise and Pradesh with me on page 30.
Kadal Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah Yomad Divrach Yutei V'Yamlich Malchutei B'chayechon U'V'yomechon U'V'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala V'Zman Kariv V'Yimru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mivorach Le'olam Le'omayim Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei v'kudashah brichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlam araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
In rabbinic literature, which goes back a couple of thousand years, there is a series of disputations, arguments, between two models of interpretation of Judaism. The disputations are between Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai. You may have heard of Hillel and Shammai. They were part of the double play combination of the Chicago Cubs in 1915. It was Tinkers to Hillel to Shammai. I guess I can't get away with that one. So
That's why they didn't win for 100 years.
we were never meant to be baseball players, although baseball is God's sport. After all, the world was created in the big inning. Now, aren't you sorry that you interrupted me? So many of these disputations seem to be somewhat vapid, but there's always something very deep about them. The one that I like the most is there is a mitzvah that in my experience most people do not know, and that is that at a wedding it is required of the guests to entertain the bride and groom and to make them feel happy. I have been to many weddings where the guests have not been that happy, but it's not been that many weddings where they strive as hard as possible to make the groom and bride happy. So the question becomes, what if the bride is ugly? Please don't tell me that every bride is beautiful. I've done enough weddings to tell you that's just not true. Are you supposed to say to the bride, you're beautiful? Now, this may sound like a vapid discussion, and it could be, except Beit Hillel says you have to lie, and Beit Shammai says you tell the truth. Now, you can also shade the truth by saying, I've never seen you look lovelier. There are lots of things you can say. But at its core, the problem is that is it allowed to lie to make someone feel better if there is no harm attached to anyone? I'm going to leave that at this moment because that's my favorite disputation, because you can go on for hours, especially people who've been to those weddings. But they have a very important disputation, they have a very important argument about Hanukkah. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. Does anyone know the argument between Hillel and Shammai on Hanukkah? Yes. Well, one is you go from right to left, and the other you go from left to right, but the other part of it is what?
Start with 8 and go down.
Right. Beit Shammai says you have to start with 8 candles, and each night you take one away. And Beit Hillel says, no, you start with 1 candle, and every night you add another one. Okay. Thank you so much, Rabbi, for illuminating this. But then the question is, I'm sorry? No, I think it's, well, we'll see. I have no jokes about that one. Hillel states that the reason you increase the candles is because the miracle was greater every single day. But Shammai says the reason you decrease the candles is because the miracle was lessened every single day. Now, how is that possible? If if the oil was supposed to last for 1 day and it lasted for 8, one would argue that by the 5th day, that's a bigger miracle than the 4th day. So there's something going on here, and it has to do with the way we view history and the way we view miracles. What is the miracle of Hanukkah that we all know, we all learned in religious school? That the oil lasted 8 days, right? But according to Shammai, that's not the miracle. The miracle, according to Shammai, is that the Maccabees won. Because if the Maccabees had not won, then they wouldn't have lit the oil in the first place. And that without the Maccabean success, which no one expected, and by the way, next week we're going to talk about that one, but without the Maccabean success, according to the tradition, there would have been none. And Shammai then says, historically, the greatest part of the miracle was the first night, because after that it was all downhill. Because historically, within 30 years, the Maccabees and their successors had become worse than the people they were fighting against. They don't teach you that in religious schools. So Shammai is looking at Hanukkah from a historical perspective, and Hillel is looking at Hanukkah from a theological perspective. In other words, he takes the history and he says it's immaterial, because we have to focus on the ritual miracle of what happened when the Maccabees won. Now, that, as some of you know, is one of the great tensions within our tradition, which is the tension between that which is history and that which is what we believe. It's almost like if you saw the film, here's the obligatory film reference. If you saw the film, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, the whole film is a story about debunking a hero because he didn't actually commit the acts that they claimed he did. And when the newspaperman at the end of the film finds out that this hero really didn't do anything special, and in fact someone else did what he was credited with, the newspaperman tears up his notes and says, does anyone remember what he says? When legend contradicts facts, you print the legend. Much of what we celebrate, and not only in our tradition, but in all religious traditions, much of what we celebrate is not necessarily what actually happened. And yet within our tradition, it did happen because we believe it did. One of the greatest examples of this is the Exodus from Egypt. We really don't know what happened, but we believe that it happened. And as long as we believe that it happened, it's not the historical fact that becomes important. It's what we do with it. It's how we celebrate it, how we lionize it, and more importantly, how we incorporate its values into our lives. That, to me, is the true meaning of Hanukkah. We'll continue with Baruch on page 39a. Please rise.
La Uma'avir yom umevi laila, uma'avdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim.
Page 40.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvah Hukim u'mishpatim Atanu lemadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shokbeinu u'v'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayeinu ve'orech yameinu U'vahem negei yamam b'layla Ki hem chayeinu ve'orech yameinu U'vahem negei yamam b'layla Ki hem chayeinu ve'orech yameinu U'vahem negei yamam b'layla Ki hem chayeinu ve'orech yameinu U'vahem negei yamam b'layla Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 B'ahavadcha Al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu ha'davarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha b'dibartam b'ham b'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shofecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'hisharecha.
Page 44.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot Oh sefelet Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot Oh, sefelet Malchutecha ra'uvanecha Bokei ayam livnei Moshe Ze'eli Anu ve'ameru Malchutecha ra'uvanecha Bokei ayam livnei Moshe Ze'eli Anu ve'ameru Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Oh seifele Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Oh seifele Adonai yimloch la'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch la'olam va'ed Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Oh seifele V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo mi'ad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Ga'a Yisrael.
We read together on page 45. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully, awaken us to life and sorrow, spread over us your canopy of peace.
Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us.
Remove from us
enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Ushmat Seitenu Uvoenu L'chaim Shalom Me'ata ve'ad Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hamidenu malkeinu lechaim
Please rise, page 46.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asor et ha-Shabbat ברית העולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. וביום השביעי שפט וינפש, שפט וינפש, שפט וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. יתקדם ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעמד יברח ימותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם מעלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעולם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונקמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ויאמרו amen.
The Amidah begins on page 47 and continues to page 51.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. 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 Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'enecha levareh et amcha Yisrael bechol et ubechol sha'a bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam.
The Misha Berachs are found on page 173. If you would like a name mention, please meet me in the middle of the aisle.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please rise, page 54.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yamad yivrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayidukol beit Yisrael v'galahu v'zman kariv v'himaru yehi shnei Rabbah mivarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'ytomam v'yihidnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha b'rikor la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata namiram v'yamavimaru Tikabal salotahon v'utahon d'chol Yisrael קדמו בהם בשמיה וימרו. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו. עושה שלום במרומה, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו. Amen.
Kiddush is found on one of the pages in the Siddur.
55.
On page 55. We invite everyone who'd like to share Kiddush to come up and share Kiddush.
Is this one vintage August or
I think this smells like May.
May? Oh, it's a good one.
Third week.
I have some grape juice lovers. That's the new one. This is good stuff.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zicharon lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lamikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu vakata yatanu kidashta mikol hamir v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Well, hi. Everything like Mugu got in there. Since you've been with low maintenance, I said I'd like Mugu got here.
We have smaller
This is a large, this is a large and a French synagogue.
The Aleinu is on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach adon hakol, latet keduma liotzer reshit, shelo asanti goyei haratzot, velo samanu ki mishpechot ha'adama, shelo samel keinu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים אלוהים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומי. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשפעתה אל לבבך. Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai Echad, Ushemo
This week, we remember the yortzites of Esther Salkin Alterman, Erwin Alois, Ruby Baker, Ruth Aronson Berg, David Cohen, Anita Balunska Davis, Sam Esser, Melvin Frank, Saul Frank, Gertrude Friedman, Beatrice Blick, William Gasoris, Sam Lewis Hyman, Donald Harry Jackson, Ray Lewis Kalmans, Claire Klein, Jack Krashen, Chaim Levy, Sheldon Loco, Rabbi Louis Schechter, Ruth Skolnick, Marvin Vexler, Jake Weingart, Linda Wilk, Lieutenant Colonel Donald Zake, Stanley Zucker. And we mourn with the families of the recently departed Ann Ratto and Elaine Spanier. And we continue to mourn over the loss of Bernice Mazer, Rachel Greenstein, and Charlie Whipple. So all those who wish, please rise and recite a mourner's Kaddish with me on page 58.
Gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba b'yalma divrach yute yamlich malchute b'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayed d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imaru amen yehi shmei rabba mivarach le'olam olamei olamaya yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yit tadar, v'yitala, v'yitala, shmei d'kudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'miran b'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
There's a problem with the announcements. The announcements did not know that we were moving into the small chapel today.
They showed up in the wrong place again.
So when I went to the main sanctuary to pick up the announcements, they refused to come. They said, quote, "We don't play smaller venues." I said to them, I'm the Morad Atra of the congregation. You have to do what I say, in the sanctuary at least. And their answer was, we're an inanimate object. We don't answer to anyone. So we have no announcements this week. We'll try to get them for you for next week. In fact, I recognize some people have said we haven't had announcements for weeks. When we finally do get the announcements, we'll be doing the announcements for the past 2 months. When we finally get them. We'll conclude the service with
Adon Olam on page 211.
Adon Olam on page 211.
Adon Olam Asher Malah B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'chefsa Kol Hazar Melech Shemo Nivra Adon Olam V'acharet Kichlot HaKol Livado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yeyapeti Fara Adon Olam Asher Malah B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra La'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol Hazar Melech Shemo Nivra Adon Olam V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni Lahamshilo Lahakbira Adon Olam B'li Reshit B'li Tachlit V'lo Ha'mitzvah Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra La'et Nasa V'chefsa בצור חבלי בעת צרה אדון עולם והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא אדון עולם אשר מלא בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה וחפצה הזן הלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם בידו הפקיד רוחי בעת תשען ועירה אדון עולם ואם רוחי גוויעתי אדון עלי ולא אירא אדון עולם אשר מלא בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה וחפצה כל הזן הלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. Thank you, Anthony and Mike.
Invite everyone up for Motzi. We'll say Motzi together.
I'm assuming it's somebody found. What?
Nice thing back here. So this, as far as I know, this I can hear it in the camera. Unless he wasn't able to come yesterday. Every now and then there'd be like a certain, it's like a certain frequency.
Typical standard was gone.
What is he hitting now?
Won't do well with Mike, is it? All sorts of stuff.
We don't have to move the piano this time. Did they uncover it before I Okay. Yeah, I can go find the cover. It used to be in that storage closet.
Here's the cover.
Oh, it's back there. Yeah, I think we finished the cover.
Shabbat thanks to you.
Well, thanks to whatever awarded us that award.
That's right.
Probably the best use of that award.
It worked out great. I should have this repaired by next week.
Okay.
Thanks for your understanding about the piano. It's very possible, I mean, it hasn't been changed yet.
Was it changed?
I think it was, although it sounded like, what happens is on the piano has been that long.
Yeah.
And you remember, like, this before you got here, we had what some people call snowpocalypse, where it was like really cold and snowing here for a while. This piano went through all of that with like very cold temperatures, and then it wasn't tuned all the time. It's possible, but I need to check and make sure you came. It sounded like, again, it hasn't been tuned in 3 years. He said if it was below pitch, he has to raise it. It'll kind of like. But I really like this piano.
In my night at 4 in the morning, suddenly woke up. But no one would flood. It's not going to go well for anyone. Yes. But you know what you should do since then?
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Tennis.
And there's a commandment that says,
Well, and none too soon.
they said he
Yeah.
I go on here.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to have to repair that, but I might be able to use your help for something.
Okay, what you got?
Turn it.
Okay. Great job. All right. There we go.
You know, I'm very impressed. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, of course. That's a good kill. This I've got to repair.
Yeah, I guess so. Just a little bit powerful. Yeah, be careful. This is a little.
Did it just come apart tonight?
No, it's been a problem, and I thought I had it taken care of by tightening a screw. I'll just. Thank you very much.
Oh, of course.
How are you doing, Will? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, we were here. My mother and I have two brothers that live in North Texas. A lot of years we go there, but my son is now a college student at UTSA. They had class on Tuesday.
Right.
They're trying to go Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which I mean is not good. Yeah. Right. Which is we usually do.
Right.
But we always go on Tuesday morning or something. It's not too bad. When I was in the Air Force, I would leave Wednesday afternoon. It would just be I-35 all the way to Dallas. It was like a parking lot.
Yeah. My kid had August for a few years. Really early in the morning. And go at 4 a.m. Get in sleep, get out before the cars are out.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe.
meet everybody.
Yeah.
I had no other choice.
Could have done no wrong.
My father couldn't have time.
35, 95, or wherever it is, or way too long.
It's
And
not
so
good.
I just get up early.
Yeah.
Get around.
But it was kind of nice. We didn't drive anywhere, and my in-laws, we live here in Churchill Estates, very close. They live also in the same neighborhood. So my in-laws came over, and my wife's uncle came over. And that's it. You know, we just kind of relax.
Good night.
Shabbat shalom, guys. Good night. Be well. Be well.
chocolate chip cookies.
What a deal.
Need help?
No, thank you so much. I think I got it.
I was
Appreciate
gonna
it.
offer Anthony some.
All right, what did I do with this stuff?
Well, we put some in a room, if you remember.
Yeah. Got it. And I'm gonna store most of this.
So was it outpatient?
Yes.
I figured.
The prep time is, I mean, it's like court, you know? I
Do
mean,
not talk to me about prep time. I had a colonoscopy.
Oh, no.
Do not talk to me about prep time.
you've done that already.
That's the worst prep time.
And it was interesting. My doctor said, we meant to send you instructions for a 2-day prep.
Oh.
And I said, you didn't. He said, well, next year. Great.
Our guy is retiring. Hearn is his name.
For your colonoscopy? Well, I like the guy we use.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Very quick question. Do you do power attorney? Sure. Dual power attorney. We need Michael, we need dual power attorney. There you go.
That's even better than yours, So Mike, are you here next week?
Thought that maybe I was trying to.
Yeah.
And he somehow.
Nice. I guess we're just in here for
I guess so, and there's so little room,
When they expect me to show up.
minimalist sort of setup for the
Which is different.
I guess if Randy
That
came
signed
already.
by
Well,
one of the banks as far as
spot
checking.
behind.
But he would not
That's
be
true. We could be back
the
there.
statutory durable. So
Probably, yeah, there's a
we need
float over here
to
somewhere.
pay for an attorney. To do
No, I'll tell you.
Easy.
Okay. I have no
Just a
idea.
thought.
Okay, so what you need,
That's one of the reasons I tried to get here early.
Yeah.
Percussionists better get to this spot early.
is, because you're talking about
Pretty tight.
it's the general one where you know specifics. He just initials everything.
It's a whole different field.
And you
It does. It's a different vibe.
I would imagine
you could, or you could just
maybe
give
some of the
give
families
him
have
all.
college students, in a week or two.
So he doesn't see what does he lose from getting it all.
I remember when this place was
Name and
packed
address
on
of
Friday
the
night.
grantor, name and address.
It
of
just
the
felt
grantee.
great.
He needs
It's a great thing.
the maker and the makee.
So maybe in the next week or two we'll have more.
His son's beneficiary.
I think there's a good
No,
chance of that.
it's
This is something
whoever
that-
you're giving the power
That
to.
Bethel does not have.
Right.
Yeah.
And so name
They
and
don't even
address
have a
of
service.
both.
That they
And if
just
he wants to put an alternate, he
Yeah.
can give
they
me.
don't have it.
But I think a lot of families they like the closeness of being together. Nice.
You bet. I'm one of those.
Yeah. And I'm sure you noticed too, like, you could really hear them singing. Usually in the sanctuary, you can't really hear them that well. I mean, here, like, you actually can really hear them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos. Thank you. What a deal.
Yeah. And in the summer, these shades are really, they're great. I mean, they really do block out some of the heat and the sun. I remember being in here at 5:30, in August. And
What was it like?
those shades actually really do, they're very effective. So, yeah. All right, well, until next week.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Mike.
Good to see you, Anthony. Oh, I ran into, I visited Gabe Herrera.
Oh yeah, how's he doing?
He's running into some rough health issues. He
Yeah.
remembered you well. He sends his
Yeah, of
regards.
course. Like we played together. I mean, it's been years ago, but yeah, we definitely played together. Yeah, it's cool.
Boy, that guy had beautiful technique on his
Yeah.
hand percussion. I mean, it was great.
Well, he taught you well. I mean, you know, like you get some great.
I
sounds
pick
out of
up some of the stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't do the djembes, although he could play them.
Yeah.
He taught conga,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
which is they're beautiful drums. I have some.
Yeah.
They're fairly large. It's difficult to turn them around.
Yeah. The djembe works well for, especially here. You know, like I remember we had some services where it was just the djembe. That's it. Just djembe or maybe one thing. You know, but it's such a great sound.
Oh, I love it. I sure do.
Yeah.
But I hope that Gabe gets on a good roll here.
Yeah. I hope so too.
He's having just such a tough go.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if he's my age, I'm 50. I mean, I can't imagine he's much older than me.
I think that's right.
Yeah. But, I mean, you never know. Like, it's a cliche to say, but I feel like we really do have to appreciate every day. I mean, I just played a service at the church Tuesday night. There was a woman that was real involved with the youth there, and she died 53 years old, you know. And she's got, her kids are, the youngest one is 22. I mean, I remember, you know, my dad died when I was 25.
How old was he?
He was only 58. But yeah, I don't know.
My dad was 52. I think I
Oh,
probably
52. Wow.
52 years old. I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah. And it changes everything as a young, I mean, that's still a young person, 22 years old.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But I think we just appreciate every day we have, you know.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. I'm with you all the way on it.
Yeah.
What the heck is left? I think I'm going to stow this stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it I won't use.
Between now
Don't need the chair. Yeah, well, between now and then, but I won't need I got a chair, so I don't need the throne.
Yeah.
Anything else going on?
A lot actually. Yeah. The church, this is a very busy time at the church. You know, we've got a choir going on. So the choir started on Wednesday night, and then you know, we have extra services, and then we have this thing next Saturday night called Night in Bethlehem. And so it's this whole outdoor event.